coach in Wisconsin history is on the air.
It's over. The Wisconsin Badgers win 17-9. They are the first Big Ten team ever to win successive Rose Bowl games.
Live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, this is the Barry Alvarez Show on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What are your emotions right now? Just like the old days.
Alongside Rose Bowl champions Tarek Engler and Tarek Saleh, here's Jesse Nelson.
What are your emotions right now is a very interesting question, as we heard in the open of the Barry Alvarez Show. Can't wait to dive into that on this week's edition of the Barry Alvarez Show from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. From Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, my name is Jesse Nelson, alongside Rose Bowl champions who will be honored later this week at the Wisconsin-Ohio State game on Saturday at Camp Randall Stadium. We'll talk more about that. Tarek Engler, Tarek Saleh, and, of course, the legendary former head coach and director of athletics, Barry Alvarez. Again, the Barry Alvarez Show at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We appreciate all of you joining us live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and on the ESPN Wisconsin app. 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers. Brewers postseason getting underway in the NLCS against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Coach, you shared with us last week your relationship with Pat Murphy, the Brewers manager. He pulled all the right strings since we last met.
He did.
And he got the Brewers all the way into the NLCS against the Dodgers.
Murph can coach now.
Yes, he can.
You know, I think I told you this a couple weeks ago. My office was the end one in football.
You're all good.
There weren't a lot of offices at Notre Dame. And his was right next to mine. Then Digger Phelps was, and his basketball staff was next to his. So Murph would stick it. Murph really liked football. So he would stick his head in there all the time.
I can only imagine those names all hanging out together in one little area.
That was an interesting thing.
I can imagine so. We'll have to dive further into that maybe when we have our 2-hour special next week at Hard Rock Casino Rockford on Monday evening. Yeah, that'll be a fun one.
Shoot some dice down there?
We sure can. Come on down. Come early. Stay late. Whatever you want to do. Enjoy yourself with us.
When is that?
Monday next week. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. October 20th. Come on down and join the show at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Just about an hour from Madison, wherever you're driving
Fired
from.
up for that.
That'll be a fun one next week. We're looking forward to being with our friends at the Hard Rock. We are here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton tonight, and we have a game to talk about. 37-0, Wisconsin falls at the hands of the Iowa Hawkeyes on Saturday night. I was at a wedding in Chicago, and so I did not see any of the game live. I was following along. I was certainly
Let's
getting.
talk about the wedding.
It was hey, Jordan and Danielle, great friends, great marriage. Food was delicious. We danced like fools once the Brewers won. Oh, we had a steak. We had some cheesy potatoes.
Tell me more.
Similar to what you see here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Yeah, so that was enjoyable. The game was not. I did put myself through the Big Ten Network re-aired the game, one of their 60-minute specials at 10 o'clock on Sunday evening, and I said, I'm going to watch it. And I did. And it was about what I expected. Guys, Derek, Tarek, as former players, Rose Bowl champions, let's start with your thoughts to open things up here on what you saw against Iowa on Saturday night.
I wasn't at the game. I was in San Antonio.
Okay.
On the Riverwalk.
Well, tell us about that. What'd you have for dinner?
It was great. Tex-Mex. It was awesome. I was with some Vietnam vets.
We're doing anything we can to not talk about this football
watch my
game.
daughter, but I watched the game with them, okay? And it was pretty much embarrassing. It was it was a struggle, and it just like unprecedented almost. I guess 1980 was the last time we were shut out like that, and it breaks your heart, really. You know what I mean? And it's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow, Derek.
Yeah, I mean, we're all on these alumni group threads and, text messages and I mean, Tarek and I obviously have a lot of pride. I mean, we made Madison our home, based on being University of Wisconsin alumni and our experience here, as student athletes, which meant so much to us. And we've invested a lot of time and effort, money to some degree, what we have, to this program. So it's really tough. And I'm speaking for, this is Badger Nation donors, season ticket holders, alumni, the staff, the department, everybody is hurting because nobody wanted to see this. But it's unacceptable. And that's the bottom line because the legacy that this man over here to our left built is being jeopardized. And it's just flat out unacceptable.
Coach?
Well, I think we talked about this last week about the rivalry. And we've created a big rivalry because of the location, adjoining states, the games that we've had in the past, the history, the fact that I had coached at Iowa and then came here as a head coach a few years later. And we've had some great games with them. We've won our share, they've won their share. But they've always been competitive and physical. And, we talked about that. They're going to show up to play, and I hope our guys are ready to show up and play because it's going to be a fist fight on the lines. And they showed up to play. And to see us out of the game in the first quarter.
Before the game. We're getting penalties before the game.
Yeah, well, I don't even want to get started there, but let's talk about us playing. But that's a good point, Derek. Very good point. When you don't have the discipline, and some player who probably doesn't even touch the field gets a penalty, I'd have sent his fanny home right there. He'd have been off the field, packing. That is
unacceptable.
We're not all about that. He should have been trained and known a hell of a lot more than to do anything close to that. But to not even be competitive and out of the game in the first quarter, man, that's hard to fathom. And it was disheartening to watch that.
Disheartening, embarrassing. The number of adjectives that we can use to describe how fans are feeling, how former players are feeling, how a bunch of people around the program are feeling.
It's inept. We are inept. It is. We're not even competing, and that's really what it comes down to. When you're not competing, what are we doing? What are we doing from the top down? What are we doing? Because whatever you're doing is, you got Northwestern beating Penn State. You got UCLA beating Penn State. They were at the bottom, like where we are, and they're winning big games.
You know what? I do want to say something. The three of us, there are no bigger supporters and fans of our football team than us. But we have to be honest too. Or we shouldn't even be on radio. We have to say what we see. And as hard as it is, we have to say some of these things. But it was not even competitive against an arch rival. That's really hard to accept.
And you see some guys out there who are competing, and you see some guys physically that have the capability.
Well, I heard Christian Allegro, who's one of the team's leaders and who should be a captain. There were no named captains this year per Coach Fickell. But Christian Allegro is obviously a team leader, and he called out the locker room. To me, that's a leader. We need more guys like that.
And last year we were on roller skates in our defensive line, right? And they acknowledged that, and they went out and made changes. They've got guys. They're not getting pushed back. They're just in the wrong gap. They're just sticking their nose where it doesn't belong, and then they get creased by Iowa. There are things there that they have the ability to do things, and they just gotta be a little bit more disciplined. And there's a lot of, and collectively they got to play more inspiring football. They just can't. You can't come out there and expect the game to play itself. You have to play the game.
So I have so many questions that I want to run by all three of you for your perspectives on a number of different things. Since you mentioned Christian Allegro, I want to talk about something that he said after the game. When you have a player, and Coach, I'll ask you this first. When you have a player, especially a leader on the defensive side of the ball like Christian Allegro is, and he says he doesn't know what the identity of the team is. That was one of the things that he mentioned since the conclusion of the game on Saturday
red
night.
Flag when that's coming from your leader.
I'm sure it's a major red flag, but where do you even start if you as a head coach hear one of your players say that? What do you do first?
I'd call a staff meeting immediately, and I'd address some things because, I mean, it's too damn late now. Are you going to start establish an identity? You're into the season. You're into conference play.
We're halfway home.
That has to happen in the off season, in two-a-days, preseason. That's how you establish identity. What do you mean you don't have an established identity? Our guys will tell you right now, our identity was we're going to be physical because they were physical every day. And then we'd review it after practice in the evening. And you weren't going to play or you weren't going to come close to the field unless you'd mix it up and you were physical. But when they said we don't have identity, well, where do you start? If I'm the head coach, I'd take a look at that, and my staff, we'd have a staff meeting, and we'd start. Is the kid right? If he is, what are we going to do? What is our identity?
We talked a little bit about this, Coach. Before we came on air, is some of that identity, obviously, in today's day and age with the transfer portal, is hard to achieve. From an evaluation standpoint with your staff, I mean, it must be a challenge, obviously, to get those guys, the right guys, through the portal and then get them in the locker room and understand who the leaders are.
When they're the older ones, too, Tarek.
Right.
Coach.
You should be able to see that for a kid that you're going after in the portal. First of all, you question what kind of a kid is he a quitter? Is that why he's in the portal?
Right.
Why is he in the portal?
Right.
And what do you want as your identity? Are you looking for tough guys, physical guys, disciplined guys? I'd say that was kind of where we would look. We were looking, and that's what you look for. It's not rocket science.
It's not.
So if Luke Fickell, who has said that's what he wants the identity of Wisconsin football to be, but clearly what he's saying he wants it to be and what we're seeing as the final product, there's some kind of disconnect going on there. What could that be amounted to?
Coach is demanding that every day.
I think he got the portal.
You just don't write a note to everybody and say, hey, this is what we're going to be. You demand that every day at practice. Every position coach from his guys and the head coach to everybody. If he sees a group that's not living up to it, he has to get after them because everybody breaks down their film. He sees it all, and then they meet. But you address it. You see what you see on film isn't lying. That never lies. Film never lies.
The eye in the sky never lies. Yep.
And what you see is what you're going to get. And if they're playing and they're physical, that's what you're going to get on Saturdays. If they're not, you can't say, well, they'll show up tomorrow or the next day or when we play. When there's 80,000 people in the stands, they'll show up.
I'm concerned. I'm really concerned because, I think Coach Fickell is a good football coach. I really do. Because I think he's committed. I think he's intense. I think obviously does not want to be in this situation. I think he did not evaluate some things here at the University of Wisconsin that maybe what took the recipe for success. And it's unfortunate, but at the same time, he's got to be able to pivot. If he's a good football coach, he should. And don't lose the locker room. That's the most important part, and I'm really concerned about that right now.
And Derek, you mentioned this before about maybe the silver lining, or there's the sunlight, is that you see these teams who make big changes fast, and we I don't know if you're going to create identity or what, but over the course of time, you could turn it around, but you got to establish infrastructure, establish an identity through time. But you gotta be able to set the course and get people to follow you and believe in it.
What did we talk about earlier before the show? The relationships. I mean, Coach was tough on our ass. I mean, we went through hell and high water.
Yep.
You know, in training camps and all this shit that we used to do. Hopefully you got dump button on.
We're just on YouTube tonight. We're okay.
All right, good.
That's not an excuse.
So that was mild.
But you know, we went through a lot, and you know, Coach would always bring us kind of back in. You know, hey, here's a little reward. Here's a little reward because, you know, I love what you guys are doing. You're committed to what we're trying to coach you and teach you right now. It's so important for guys to understand that and appreciate that, because when you do that and you get a band of guys that are rallying around that.
Well, yeah, and Coach Fickell may have to filter out through some of the stuff, and you got to become emotionally connected to your team.
Yeah.
And you got to know how to push the buttons to get them to get on the same page and play together. Coach did that really well. I mean, they built the whole program on that, and there's that foundation that you start. And if you have too many guys coming in from too many different areas, and they're the older guys on the team, okay, these are inherently the potential leaders. And that's overcoming who you are, Coach Fickell, and your identity, what you believe in, and you're not able to connect with them because they're not the guys that you want. Then you got water in the boat. You know what I mean?
Makes a lot of sense. A lot more to dive into on this front. Wisconsin loses 37-0 to Iowa. It's tough to talk about, but it does warrant further discussion. So we'll hear still to come.
I freaking hate Iowa.
All of us do. Well, I don't know if Coach does as much. I mean, we don't like Iowa.
Coach said Iowa. So, you know.
Imagine me. I'm at a wedding on Saturday night, and I'm getting texts from former Packers offensive lineman Brian Bulaga just talking trash while I'm trying to enjoy a couple of cocktails at the wedding.
How is that?
Well, I didn't unveil all
you
of it to him.
You don't know Brian Bulaga.
Brian Bulaga, Iowa. I sure do. He's apparently I'm number one on his list of who to talk to when Iowa's steamrolling
he must
Wisconsin.
Be a lonely guy.
This great old-fashioned.
You do that during our commercial break, and when we come back, we will talk more. We'll hear from Luke Fickell's post-game press conference and a whole lot more still to come. It's the Barry Alvarez Show at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton.
Don't touch that cocktail.
I'd love to coach a game like that.
Oh, man.
They may not see a pass in the second half. I'd run that clock. That game would be over. We'd be home having cocktails at 3:30.
Coach will be back after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. GRB Academy wants to be part of your plan to reach your potential. Utilize GRB Academy's 52,000 square foot facility, 14 batting cages, and 6,000 square foot weight room. Personal lessons at the GRB Baseball Academy are available year-round. With over 300 college players and over 150 Division I players, GRB has consistently led the way in the Midwest for college recruitment and player development. Visit their website, grbacademy.com, for more information. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
Jordan Love was not the MVP candidate he was through the first 2 weeks yesterday.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
I think he's a good quarterback. I think he has the potential to be a top 5 quarterback. But when you make decisions like he did yesterday on that interception throw, that's what prevents you from going from good to great.
Live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also available on the ESPN Wisconsin app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're in Madison tailgating before a game, there's only one thing to do to elevate your experience, and that's bring it with Door County Distillery. Whether that's the cherry brandy for your old-fashioned, the single malt whiskey, or any of the gins, vodkas, and in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Find the retailer nearest you at doorcountydistillery.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
'Tis the season to be planning your holiday events. Whether it's a party for 10 or 10,000, Celebrations has the sound, video, lighting, special effects, and custom-themed decor to make it the best party ever. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With us on your team, your Halloween, holiday, or New Year's party will be easy to plan and super fun to attend. DJs, casino games, lighting, and photo booths are just the beginning at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
The Brewers are moving on.
Swinging a bouncer to short. Ortiz has it. And the Brewers are going to the championship series.
Next stop, the NLCS against the defending champion Dodgers. Every pitch happens right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home for the Brewers.
Thank God for bourbon.
The wise orator Tarek Engler bringing us back into the Barry Alvarez Show. YouTube really brings out your best on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and on 100.5 ESPN. We're at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, and yes, we are reacting to Wisconsin's 37-0 home loss to the Iowa Hawkeyes. The stats we saw the last time Wisconsin was shut out at home. Looking at this from Iowa Athletics, for the first time since 1929, the University of Iowa football team shut out Wisconsin at Camp Randall Stadium. I think Homer was covering that game in 1929, but
that's low.
That's almost 100 years, guys. Almost 100 years.
And that's our rival.
We're going to hear from the head coach here in a minute, but I did want to ask you this first. So, listening to the radio broadcast at the end of the game, Mark Tauscher and Matt LePay, who did a fantastic job, I thought, capturing all the right emotions on Saturday evening. They were talking about the emphasis that was put on bouncing back against Iowa this season after the drubbing that Wisconsin suffered 42-10 in Iowa City last year. And we saw how much they were being reminded of that at practice all week, the extra emphasis coming into the game. Obviously, that didn't work.
Maybe it intimidated him.
Well, Coach, what did you make, I guess, a kind of a two-part question. What do you make of that approach? And then what do you say now?
You know what? Coaches are always looking for something to motivate your players. And they know their players better than anyone. And obviously they thought that reminding them of being embarrassed last year would motivate them through the out-of-season, and particularly when you go play this game. So I have no problem with that. I think, they thought it out, and
well, I don't know. Maybe instead of 42 push-ups, they should have been doing 42 inside drill periods.
A little teamwork.
That's it.
I'm just telling you right now. I mean, we just got out physicaled, out toughed, out everything. I mean, that was a beatdown, and I don't. You know, you get a lot of these. Tarek likes to call them shiny objects. You know, that float around, and you know, everything's all great and dandy. And if you don't do the grind, if you don't get after it. You're not going to be ready. You're not going to be able to win a football game.
You get a lot of new guys together, and it's like media day every day. You know what I mean? Like you're just getting dressed up.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic.
It's a good line.
It's true. It's true.
So speaking of not being ready, let's hear what the head coach had to say after the game on Saturday night. So if you guys haven't heard this yet, this was from Luke Fickell's post-game press conference. Riley's going to play this for us here.
That's as low as it can be, and I apologize. I apologize to our guys, to not be ready, to not have them ready. I'm dumbfounded in a lot of ways, but that's my job. And, this is a game we've been talking about since January, and I've been doing a lot of things to make sure we were ready and prepared, and obviously we were not. First quarter was as bad as we could be, with obviously 3 turnovers and just not ability to overcome those things even defensively. Put us in a really, really tough situation, and we never got our head out of above water after that. And so, I mean, it is a challenge right now. This is no place I've ever been, but I don't know where else there is to go. So, those faces in that locker room, it wasn't from like I told you before, it wasn't from a lack of, something that happened on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. We knew it was going to be an emotional game, and we made a bonehead move even before the game started, which is undisciplined. But it was something that emotionally we knew we had to be ready for, and we were not. So I'm crushed, disappointed in myself and in our team. But we got one thing to do, and we got to keep swinging. So ask me the questions you need to ask me.
Luke Fickell, post-game press conference on Saturday night following the 37-0 loss to the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Can you imagine, Tarek, the hell that would have been brought into our locker room by Coach Alvarez and his staff? Right. Our position coaches, after something like that?
It'd be a dark day, and I don't think it's. I imagine these guys are grinding these next, hopefully, this whole week. But you could tell how. I mean, it's sad. I said before, when I started talking about this, it's sad that they're in that position, and you hear it in Coach Fickell's voice. He's disappointed. It's just not. It's not fun for anybody, and especially everybody's so invested, and in this, and it just breaks your heart. It breaks your heart that we're in this, but they do have to keep swinging, and they have to go back and grind. There's a lot of season ahead of us. We got to find a way.
Well, you got to figure out who's buying in at this point.
Yeah,
who's buying in, Coach?
That was some of the other message that Coach Fickell shared too.
He took responsibility, which a head coach should do, and I appreciate him doing that. But he did what a good head coach would do: take responsibility, and then now he's got to put it back on the players because they're the ones that have to play. It's not what you call; you have to execute it.
Yeah.
And so, he's got to take a look with his staff. How did we approach this game? For our guys to come out flat like that, we were making this like the biggest game of the century for a year. We featured that. We had it posted in the locker, all this stuff. And you're out of the game in the first quarter. Now, something's wrong there. You got to look at your guys, the guys that are playing.
Can I ask you a question? What happens if they just don't pay the guys anymore? Like, if you lose that bad, because it's not they're not W-2 employees. What do you owe?
Well, I'm sure. I don't know how it all works. I'm sure they have agreements.
You know what? We don't either. We got to stay away from that.
What if we stop paying you just because we didn't like your commentary this week?
He just stopped coming.
Well, hold on a second. Time out.
It's easy.
As far as I know, Tarek and I keep getting the checks here.
We drink our pay. We do this because we actually like what we do.
Pro bono.
You get a smaller steak next week, guys.
Yeah. So Coach Fickell wants to see who's bought in, and then they're going to pay to play at Wisconsin. That's what we're going to do. Call it the Tarek and Tarek plan.
Hey, and by the way, I eat what I kill for my work. So if I'm not making it happen, I don't. Okay. So if I was telling these kids, we just cut them off. I'm just name, image, like who wants your name, image, and likeness right now?
Now there's a message that I think could translate well.
Oh,
in the
that's
locker
strong.
room. Yeah, coaching
strong. I like it.
Gatorade pulls contracts on guys like in the NFL. You just pull your contract. I know you may not want to go through this right now, but you know what? If the truth kills a man, you let him die. Okay? If they can't handle the truth, that's it. You're done, man.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's what I would do. I'd pull their cash.
I mean, legally, I don't know if your plan works, but
you don't know. You don't.
I don't know.
Okay,
right. I don't know.
Let's get that established right now.
But thank you. But I do there is a point to your message. There's a point to your message that I think does translate to today's modern players, which is if you're coming, if you're being paid this money, there's a responsibility that's expected of you to represent the school, your personal brand, and you're not doing that.
Gatorade, Nike, all the time, they say, listen, we're just not going to pay you anymore because, that's their marketing contract.
Coach, you're shaking your head.
That's beyond me.
Yeah, no, you don't have to ask Coach about this. This is Tarek Saleh talking.
You know what? This is about pride. I mean, you're playing on a team, and you go out and play like that, and everybody in that stadium saw a lack of effort.
You just said it.
You can say anything you want.
It's about pride.
To have Iowa put the game away in the first quarter, give me a break.
It's absolutely about pride. We got this all three 90s championship Rose Bowl champions coming back for Ohio State this weekend. Coach them all. They're all coming back. You don't think we're on these text threads about pride? That is, I mean, when we do that against a rival, Iowa, we're not even in the game in the first quarter, and we're laying down like that. That's not going to happen here.
And you know what? I hate to be critical, but if anybody's upset with that, go look at film.
Yeah.
This is not us being critical. It's us being honest. Look at what happened. We saw it. We saw it firsthand, then watched the replay. Saw it again.
Coach, I'm going to ask you a tough question here. I think. You can be the judge of it.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Are you still proud to represent Wisconsin football right now based on what the product has become here this year?
Listen, I helped build this program. I'll always be proud of it. You don't lose your pride or who you are or your support over a game or even a season. So absolutely I'm proud. I'm proud of what we've done in the past, the guys that I've played, what they've turned out to be. It's not just coming in and playing football. It's what the guys end up doing when they walk out of here. Are they contributors?
This is an interesting comment. Tarek and I know this, obviously. Coach has been way more than just a coach to us. It is about relationships, and it's really important. It is about Wisconsin, true and through. When they figure that out here from a football program, we'll be back right on point.
We'll talk more about what's still to come coming up this weekend with Ohio State, number 1 ranked team in the country, coming to town, and then some final thoughts as we close the chapter on the 37-0 loss to the Iowa Hawkeyes Saturday night. It's the Barry Alvarez Show at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton on ESPN Madison.
The Barry Alvarez Show continues after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Greg Scalzi here for Total Athlete Performance. They're here to provide elite performance training for serious athletes in the Madison area. And there's a new Verona TAP facility open inside of the Verona Athletic Center. Summer speed, agility, and semi-private options are now available at both Verona and Windsor locations, and now offering monthly subscription payment options. Plus, you can download the new Total Athlete Performance app for remote training options all year round. Visit tapwisconsin.com. That's tapwisconsin.com.
Badgers volleyball insights straight from the man on the sidelines.
There'll be aspects of what we're doing offensively that our teams have not done before.
Tune into the Kelly Sheffield Show on ESPN Medicine, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
The hardest ticket in town is for the volleyball match in the field house. I mean, that's really hard.
It's the Kelly Sheffield Show with Badgers volleyball head coach Kelly Sheffield and host John Audius on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. What is a better buying experience? Well, that's the thing. You get to define it. It is the experience that is customized to you. What experience do you want at a car dealership? They can be your trusted friend or your trusted expert. So if you're in the market for a new or new to you Silverado, Colorado, Blazer, Trailblazer, remember, you're only minutes away from a better buying experience. And that's at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Start your career where the road to success is paved in coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. We're now hiring crew members and hourly shift leaders at our locally owned locations. Dunkin' offers flexible schedules, employee discounts, health and dental benefits, and paid time off. Plus, bolster your resume with our own leadership training program and even scholarship opportunities. Up to $1,500 per semester. Text Team Spirit to 85000 or visit teamtmart.com/careers to apply. Dunkin', America runs on you.
When the leaves start to fall and your roof starts to call, fix it in the fall, fix it in the fall. If your shingle's looking rough and your gutter's full of stuff, get it fixed before it's froze, man. It's time to call the pro. We patch it, we match it, we stop that drip. Free estimates, quick fix, don't let your roof slip. Your home's your castle, we keep it tight. Call Avondale Roofing, they roof it right. Fall deals dropping it like it's hot. Call Avondale Roofing at 855-819-7663.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot games. With jackpots soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot games. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Make the best seat in the house yours. Carbless delivers the handcrafted cocktail experience right to your living room. Bold flavor, no carbs, no sugar, just 100 calories, and all the taste with none of the extra baggage. From kickoff to the final play, Carbless is your game day go-to. Hosting friends, watching with family, or celebrating every big drive, Carbless keeps the good times pouring. So when the game's on the line, make the winning call. Skip the mixing, grab the bliss, and make every seat the best seat in the house. Find Carbless near you at drinkcarbless.com.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard, and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
At Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, in Coach's Room. No better place for us to be for the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Madison, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Come on out to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. They have the Sizzle, and Swirl Happy Hour. It's fantastic. The atmosphere, all the people here are just amazing. We're back with our usual Monday crew here after I've been gone for a couple of weeks. We moved to Tuesday last week, but the service is fantastic. The food is exquisite. We love being here every single week at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton.
I know I missed you guys last week.
Yeah, we did miss you, Tarek. It was lonely here at the
table. We split another
table.
steak for you.
I'll be out in Portage tomorrow night. Ostrowski, Mike Thompson, Mike Smith, my son's football coach.
For the youth football league. Yeah. What's the line tomorrow night? I'm just kidding.
8.5.
That's right. 8.5. I feel like it's always 8.5. All right, so let's close the chapter here on the Iowa loss, because that is obviously, it's been top of mind for several days now, and it will probably continue to be a game that we circle and look back on here for a while. Coach, there's even this transcends beyond the stadium and the locker. Like, there's bars on Regent Street that turned the game off because the Brewers were playing the Cubs. Can you even fathom that there's bars while a Badger football game is being played, that the game's not on in one of the local establishments?
Yeah, if it scores as it got out of hand the way it did, I don't blame them. Serious.
Fair enough.
Why wouldn't you put the Brewers on if we're getting whacked?
Jesse, I mean, I don't know about you, Tarek, but I'm figuring out stuff to do in my garage versus watching that game.
No, we're all loyal. We're all loyal.
What are we doing? Like, nobody wants to watch that. Nobody, especially a Badger faithful, nobody wants to watch that.
Another question for you, Coach. So if I don't know if you'll play this game with me or not, but I'm going to try.
Is the horse dead yet?
Almost.
All right. Let me know when it is.
If the script was flipped because of your experience in Iowa, if Wisconsin won this game and Iowa lost it the way Wisconsin did, how would it be viewed, you think, from the other perspective in this rivalry? How would Iowa look at this game if Wisconsin took it to them?
Probably the same way. You know what? It's over with Sunday, and you get started for the next week. That's what you do when you coach. You can't let one team beat you more than once. So you get beat like that. I hope Luke and the staff got their players to put that behind them on Sunday, because you got to get started. You got Ohio State coming up. You got to get started in preparation.
Tarek, remember when we used to go to Ohio State, we were like, we're going to beat their ass.
Hell yeah.
And we're going to beat their ass. And I think, Coach, you were 500 in your career against them, if I'm not mistaken.
At least.
Yeah. But that's Ohio State.
Most people go in there and they're beat.
Yeah. Oh,
they go 100%. In there without the thought. And that's what I wanted to make sure that my players understood. We're coming in here to win. We're going to come in, and they're a good team now. Not many people walk in there and win.
They got NFL guys everywhere. Every guy's playing on Sundays, most of them.
But we went in with the attitude. We were never intimidated. And I think you could ask Luke that. Luke has told me that. Now, Ohio State's, I coached those guys in the All-Star game. I remember Mike Vrabel telling me, I hated playing against your guys. They'd come out, they'd smack you. I mean, a lot of guys are intimidated by them. They're going to mealy mouths around. And our guys are coming after you now. They're going to smack you in the mouth.
So now we have nothing to lose, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, let's circle the wagons. My old Vietnam O-line coach, Larry Zerline.
You were in Vietnam, that's right.
No, my old coach.
And those bullets
Did I
were
say
right
that?
over your head.
No.
You had
My
to
coach,
crawl
like,
lower.
This is an unexplored
Did I
chapter
not-
of
did
your
I not
life,
say my
Tarek.
coach, my O-line coach was in Vietnam, okay? So,
all right.
You weren't even in ROTC.
I took ROTC classes, but he said, clean the rifles and bury the dead, and we're going to move forward. You know what I mean?
Let the dead bury the dead, right?
Yeah. Let's just you got to move. You got to move past this last one, and you got to lock in. You just go one play at a time and do your job. Let's go. Cowboy up, man.
The number 1 ranked team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, comes to Camp Randall Stadium Saturday afternoon, 2:30 kickoff.
What else you got to lose? I mean, go punch somebody in the face. Like, that's what I mean. I mean, what else you got to lose?
I'd look at that and I'd sell the team as an opportunity. Not look at it in awe because they're number 1. You look at the game as an opportunity and take advantage. You have the home field. Then I'd give our guys all of our advantages. You're playing at home. I'd make up all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, these guys, they're coming and they're going to roll their helmets out there. They're not going to take us seriously. Not after what he played last week.
Yeah.
And they played Illinois, right? That was kind of tough for them. Somewhat.
Find every angle you can get.
Yeah. So the guys have to take the field believing they can win. If they go out there half-stepping it,
or talking smack and get the penalty prior to the game,
yeah, that's
giving them an edge, and you can't do that.
Yeah.
So was there ever, no, I know he's right here, but was there ever a time where you got a speech like that and you didn't buy into it? You thought, no way, that's not realistic to say, let's go beat Ohio State today. I know we've told some of those stories before, but what coach is saying right now.
Actually, Tarek brought up a great memory. Nick Polzinski, and I think this was Coach's first year, 1990, when we were shit.
I wasn't there, by the way, but I heard the story. It's infamous.
Yeah,
just for the record.
Yeah. And
I was in
Nick,
Vietnam.
Nick got all fired up. We're gonna go beat their ass. Probably Michigan or somebody.
He said no.
Go ahead,
It
Coach.
was preseason, and Nick, big, thick Nick, we're not very good. I mean, they hadn't won any games, and we're going into our first season, and we're not very good. I'm watching this. I just left Notre Dame. We just won 25 of 26. I know
National
what a
champions.
good team is. We're going to win all of our games, and if any of you don't think that's true, put your hand up, and I'll come out and kick your butt. I put my hand up. I said, let's be real. Let's not blow smoke, man. Are you kidding me? I've seen good teams.
That's great. That's fantastic.
So I don't think it would be that kind of a response this week, because I do think Coach Fickell is going to get in that locker room. He's going to get after the team for their performance last week.
It's not a pregame speech or anything else.
Yeah.
It's how you prepare all week.
Amen.
And you better play. And your front people better play on both sides of the ball. It's not going to be a halftime speech or this and that and the other. Have a good game plan and get your guys ready, and they got to believe that they can win. And they've got to get after it, and you got to win it up front. And your special teams players you're playing against some really good, very talented special teams guys, or receivers, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to have to compete against them.
Look, number 4 and 17, the receivers, they're special guys, first-round picks, whatever. In the trenches, we got guys that are as big and as strong and, maybe not as athletic or whatever, but we could stand up to these guys, and we could bloody their nose a little bit. And if we play sound, tough football, as Coach said, you never know what happens.
I just want to see us compete.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do, because I felt like I saw a little bit of that in Michigan at the Big House. I want to see that again. That's all I care about, to be honest.
Here's
with you
the plan to win. I'll give you a plan to win. Run the ball, shorten the game. Take the ball, the opening kickoff, and munch off 7.5 minutes. Take half the first quarter, score. At least kick a field goal, and then play solid defense. You get the ball back, you got about 2 minutes
Here's
left.
a concept: get a turnover.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Where'd that come from?
Get a frickin' turnover. Get a frickin' turnover, please.
That would be a good place to start. Yes.
But if you munch a bunch of the clock off, they have to. They'll start pressing.
Oh, no question, Coach.
Take the game as deep as you can take it.
Yep.
Against a team like this,
nobody defenses don't want to see 2nd and 6, 3rd and 3. Oh gosh, we got to move the chains. Oh, now we're at 2nd and 7. Oh, now we're at 3rd and 4. Oh, we got to move the chains again. Mm-hmm. Wow, what a concept! That defense is sucking ass at that point.
So, last thing for you guys here.
Hey, the truth
that
kills a man. Let him die.
Yeah, there it is again. Learn that nom.
the Mekong Delta.
So,
this old-fashioned was great.
I'm sure it was. This weekend is going to be special for you guys. The 3 Rose Bowl championship teams are going to be honored at halftime of the game. I'm sure there's festivities going on all throughout the week through the weekend. For each of you, and we'll talk plenty more about this when we're at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford on Monday evening for our 2-hour special coming up on Monday night. What are you most looking forward to in this big reunion that's happening this weekend?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of guys that were younger than us that went on to win 2 Rose Bowls, and we got the older guys that were older because Derek and I were basically freshmen in that first Rose Bowl. Getting together, that camaraderie, that being around those guys. I mean, there's unbelievable stories that and friendships that came from those years. Truly special. Look forward to seeing everyone. And we got coaches coming back. Coaches going to be there, and all the staffs that were there, and it's going to be a fun and
all
weekend.
3 teams won.
Mm-hmm.
They won the game.
Every single one.
And it's hard enough to get there and then go out there and basically play the home team. It's hard.
Derek?
It's so special for me to think about what Coach just said, because it's one thing to get out to the Rose Bowl, but then when you win the Rose Bowl, that's another thing. But to do it 3 times, that takes a special type of teacher to be able to get his troops ready to do that. And that's that guy.
Well,
I'll share one thing with you. I learned what not to do at the Rose Bowl when I was at Iowa.
Oh?
I did. We went out to the first year, and I love Hayden Fry like a dad, a great coach, and thought he knew it all, and did everything totally wrong. The first time we went to the Rose Bowl, didn't do much better. I don't know how many times we went out there. At least a couple, maybe 3. And we didn't get close to winning any of them. We weren't even competitive in the games. But how we did, how long we stayed, how we practiced was all wrong. And I logged all that. I knew all. I had it all logged. I knew what we were going to do, how we were going to practice, how long to be there, when to take the pads off, when to start focusing on the game, how much time to give them free, let them run for a while early in the week, let them blow off steam, no hours, no curfew for 3, 4, 5 days, and then just like at home. They didn't have curfew here. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday we started shutting it down. Then that's what we would do out there. So I had a plan that we would follow that gave us a chance to win.
And I know you emphasize competition at bowl games too. Tausch and these guys, and everyone who's played for you has said that winning the eating competitions and the tug of war,
win everything.
We weren't losing the Lowry's Beef Bowl. That's for sure.
Give me a guy that can eat the most.
Nah.
Tug of war, we're going to win that.
Yeah,
tug of war.
I love it.
Key lime pie.
Key lime pie.
Singing competition.
Give me the guy that can eat the most pie. Get their ass up. We're not losing to anything.
I love it. I can't wait to hear more of these stories when we get together next week again at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford 2-hour special Monday night for the Barry Alvarez Show. We hope you come join us, maybe play the tables a little bit, check out the slots. They've got a great restaurant selection of all kinds of different food to choose from, and you're going to see this setup next week.
You know the pass line?
I sure do.
All right.
Live on the stage. It's an amazing setup at the Hard Rock Casino
Coach,
Rockford.
Teach you how bed the numbers.
You know that. Looking forward to it. Can't wait for our experience there next week.
We're going up early.
Come join us at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford. We'll be back here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse on October 27th. Thanks to Lee. Thanks to everybody here at Ruth's Chris. And thanks to these guys. And thanks to you for being with us on the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Madison.
Planning a corporate event, private party, or team outing? Madison acts as your state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Whoa, you nailed it! Featuring 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, and interactive games, plus digital target projection and score.